Egypt was marked as one of the top places in the world on Facebook. يعني إذا Facebook is recognizing Egypt as a spot, لا, it is a spot. But this is not the big thing I'm looking for.
شو كانت المشاكل that women entrepreneurs were facing in Egypt or in the region, or like what were main issues يلي كان عندهم اياه؟
We have a lot there, even way more than I can mention. انت هتتجوزي وتقعدي في البيت او ان انت هتخلفي and you'll not be able to manage your business while you have kids. They feel like it's more safe اذا ال company is legally written by a man. هو ممكن يتحبس انا مش هتحبس. It will be way easier to like put the قوانين and the systems and everything. I didn't know that this is entrepreneurship. ولا this is the entrepreneurship that they're talking about.
What is Entrepreneurial?
Entrepreneurial basically it's a full-fledged experience for women who want to start something or they have started something and they needed to grow.
شو كان الفيدباك من المجتمع حواليك؟
أنا my community is not supportive. مثلا let's was like why are you even there?
Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the AI Business Show. The show where you learn about business, tech, investments, startups, anything related to the business world. Today with me I have Rania Ayman. Rania, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you. Thank you for having me.
رانيا بلشت بالانتربرنورشيب early on. شو كانت أول تجربة لك بعالم الانتربرنورشيب؟
اوكي انا بدات entrepreneurship من غير ما ابقى عارفه ان ده اسمه entrepreneurship. انا اتخرجت من تجاره انجلش عين شمس، جامعه حكومه في القاهره في 2013. وانا في الجامعه طول الاربع سنين كنت بعمل بزنس و I didn't know that this is entrepreneurship ولا this is the entrepreneurship that they're talking about. كان الموضوع بمنتهى البساطه. I created a Facebook group و I started selling items ما كانش بتتباع في مصر. And it was so cool. بس انا بالنسبه لي okay I'm doing business يعني I'm laughing with some money and that's it. And then اكتشفت ان بعد الاربع سنين جامعه دول وبعد ما كنت في حاجات كتير لها علاقه بانتربرنورشيب ان this is entrepreneurship او actually this is the essence of entrepreneurship من الاول قوي. ف when I graduated بدات اشتغلت الاول في advertising agency and then I worked for Microsoft for some months and then I started my own agency, a digital agency, and it was like okay I'm doing business, I'm doing entrepreneurship, but this is not the big thing I'm looking for. وانا لما عملت كده I started my agency when I was 21 I believe. حاجه I was super young. I was a female. I was super young. I just graduated. I had no experience. I know how to do the business, but I don't know how to like deal with the surroundings of the business. So I started to find people or to connect people who are doing the same. بنات أنا I want people like me. يعني أنا عندي مشكلة to meet some dudes على قهوة ولا على كافيه like 9-10 p.m. My family are not okay with that. ف I started connecting women. بعدين لقيت إن مفيش أصلا يعني مفيش بنات كتير بتعمل ده و I was like where are the women who are doing that. but لقيت إن هما they're very scattered وقليلين جدا. ف I was thinking why don't I write about entrepreneurship as a start for dummies, like for people like me who just want to connect with other women. وبعدين I decided to do a small event. والحاجة اللي كنت بكتب فيها blogging كان اسمها Entrepreneurial. It was like Entrepreneurial. And then I started this event in August 2015. And the aim was to connect like 20-30 women. We're just gonna chat and rant about entrepreneurship and what's happening in the market, what we're facing, and how we can help each other. And then this event turned to 100 attendees, people that we don't know. Wow. And now in 2022, the last edition of Chican, we had 7,000 people, including 3 ministers and the most top well-known celebrities and investors and everyone in the ecosystem. He was or she was supporting this initiative because it started very small, but it started with a need. So if we're speaking of where did I start entrepreneurship, started early on, and then it took the right track while I'm growing. 10 years.
Okay. Wow. There's a lot to speak about. لما بلشت بال 2015 you mentioned كنت young female بمجتمع مصري not like خاصة الأهل at that time business my daughter اللي بتنزل تقعد على القهوة تعمل business or whatever. كيف كان شو كان الفيدباك من المجتمع حواليك؟
Okay. I was lucky enough to know my family. They were like supportive. They don't know what I'm doing, but they were fine. But thing is, my surroundings بقى لو you're wasting your time. عامة فكرة إنه بنت تبقى موجودة في community يعني مثلا I remember a lot of events before the women entrepreneurship becomes a thing. Events مثلا like 20, 30 guys and me. It was like, why are you even there? So it was a bit challenging في الأول, but by time when you prove yourself, when people see that you're here for business, not for anything else, it started to be a thing. And لما أنا بقيت موجودة واحدة تانية اتشجعت and we started our community. We're not building our own Disneyland. We're not building a community for women. We're building a community for women to be eligible enough and to be competent enough to deal in male dominant industries, to be able to like blend in the ecosystem من غير ما يحسوا ان هم segregated او ان هم they're different than their other يعني let's say counterparts.
Okay. لما بلشت تعرفي على women and form this community شو كانت المشاكل that women entrepreneurs were facing in Egypt or in the region,
Okay.
or like what were main issues يلي كان عندهم اياها؟
Okay. خليني اجاوب على السؤال ده على كذا ليفل. لو بنتكلم على البيزك ليفل، لو احنا بنتكلم على the basic entrepreneurship the creative او لو حد بيعمل a small business, the challenges of انا خايفه اعمل ده الناس مش هتتقبله, it will be challenging when it comes to managing the business اللي هو الخوف الطبيعي, بس with an extra of انه انا my community is not supportive مثلا let's say, فغالبا هي تبقى خايفه ان هي تفشل عشان الناس ما تقولش عليها ان هي عملت business فشلت او ان هي she tried something, فتبقى it will be taken against her. بس on a deeper level احنا عندنا مشكله كبيره قوي when it comes to the investment, meaning انه female entrepreneurs the chances they have investors on board او VCs or whatsoever is way less. ليه؟ لانه a lot of investors بيفكروا انت كwoman entrepreneur انت هتتجوزي وتقعدي في البيت, او ان انت هتخلفي and you'll not be able to manage your business while you have kids, او انت you're just bluffing and doing whatsoever شويه وهتزهقي. the investment is a huge challenge when it comes to women entrepreneurs because they have this misconception that women will not be committed. مع انه يعني النمبرز بتقول even the central bank بيطلع reports بتقول انه الستات most probably بيسددوا اللونز اسرع بكتير and they are more committed عن الcounterparts او عن الرجاله. It's not a man and women fight, but احنا we're speaking numbers. Women are more dedicated. They take the responsibility because they are more عندهم الحته بتاعه الامبوستر او not good enough, but they always try to do more, so they are more committed. ولكن المسكونسبشن بتاع they will not be able to do whatsoever, فده بيعمل شويه challenge رهيبه.
Okay. What's the solution لهي البروبلم؟ يعني كيف فينا نجيب more investors؟ what's the solutions you thought about as Rania or as Entrepreneurial?
Okay, في three solutions او actually three layers of the solution that we can do. The first thing is what we're doing Entrepreneurial of awareness, ان احنا نوري and showcase good examples of women entrepreneurs who either got investments and they grew, فهو a role model, she made it and this is what we celebrate, and she can, the event I told you about, we celebrate successful role models who already did something. فلما هشوف واحدة شبهي and she succeeded in what she's doing, I feel like okay, I want to do that. It's really cool. The second level is on the organizations and the private sector level to try to push more women who are capable and who are in a way let's say well funded او يعني they took some good steps in their business to hire other women, فتبقى عندنا chunk اكبر من الستات who are eligible to do whatsoever they want بعد كده. Third level is policy making, which is لما هنعمل كل ده ولما هيبقى فيه real results طالعه من الwomen entrepreneurs دول, when we start drafting the policies والgovernance on a bigger scale, هيبقى عندنا something to pitch in. ولما يبقى عندنا حاجه to pitch in هتبقى it will be way easier to like put the قوانين and the systems and everything. But we need first to start with the grassroots to prepare the entrepreneurs to have real models that we can use to pitch in for other women. So it's a cycle. It will never happen in one layer. We should work on the three different layers in order to see real progress. And since 2015 لحد النهارده we've seen huge progress. دلوقتي women الحمد لله are way in a way better place, but still we're going يعني we're still way far from our target, بس يعني can see the development and the growth.
Okay. حكيتي عن policy making. شو البوليسيز اللي بعدها بتوقف عائق بوجه المرأة بمصر أو بالعالم العربي as entrepreneurs؟
أم، بص، هي مش challenges قد ما بيبقى في حاجات من الجراس روت ومن التربيه. يعني مثلا I've seen a lot of very good tech entrepreneurs, tech women entrepreneurs who their families refuse that the companies will be registered with their name عشان they feel like it's more safe إذا ال company is legally written by a man because
Okay.
بجد it's like هو ممكن يتحبس، أنا مش هتحبس. So دايما بيبقى فيه I don't want to say the protective arm، بس انه في حته اللي هو لا it will be safer انه انا because I'm a man انا هاخد الريسك، but you as a woman you want to be able to take it which is okay fine، يعني ما فيهاش مشكله. بس ده بيحط الست في position انه she doesn't have the full control of her business.
Okay. صح.
She always will need her partner or whomever on the documents to secure the business for her.
Okay. حكيتي قبل عن role models of women entrepreneur. فيك تعطينا examples of these women role model هيك 2 or 3 or 4 of them.
They're even way more than I can mention. بجد في عندنا women entrepreneurs خطيرة when it comes to tech, when it comes to creative, and we see them يعني بجد everywhere. يعني دلوقتي احنا عندنا a lot of well funded startups in tech. عندك شفاء، عندك تكية، عندك we used to have Eventus, we have like Simple, we have a lot of companies either they're owned by women or the CEOs of the companies are women. So yeah, we have a lot of examples when it comes to the creative. يعني I remember in 2019 in the middle of the COVID, Egypt was marked as one of the top places in the world on Facebook. We have online shops, the small online shops. So those women are doing something. They're contributing to the general economy of the country way big time. يعني they're doing a lot and it's seen. يعني إذا Facebook is recognizing Egypt as a spot, لا, it is a spot. It's a recognition that we're gonna take. يعني we have a lot.
I've personally interviewed Dua Abdel Hamid from Bonbel, Egyptian entrepreneur. Yeah. She's great too. So there's a lot of potential in Egypt for women entrepreneur and in the region too.
True. Yeah.
What is Entrepreneurial? You started as a blog. What is it now?
Okay, so Entrepreneurial basically it's a community organization that supports women entrepreneurs. We support them on so many levels. To sum it up, we have 4 main pillars that we work on. The first one is awareness. We do awareness about women entrepreneurship with events such as SheCon, such as many other events that we do not only in Cairo, but actually we do it in Cairo and we do it in different other governed races. We work in Alexandria, we work in a lot of underprivileged communities in Egypt. And then we do the education where we have around 3 accelerators and we have different other programs that support women in specific industries. We have an accelerator in fashion and garments. We have an accelerator in creative industries. We have an accelerator in food businesses. So we have those different accelerators. We have a lot of funded projects that we're doing with some of them are like public-private projects. We're doing it with the government. We're doing it with the private sector. We have a lot of clients who are actually funding those programs for us. And the third stage is access to resources where we connect the women who are already educated. They know about entrepreneurship in the first stage and they pursue their business and they have a proper role model. We give them access to the market. We have, for example, a partnership with Majid Al Futain. We have the malls in Mall of Egypt and City Center Al Malls and those other malls, the biggest malls in Egypt. We try to showcase those products most of the time. We try to connect those women to the factories and the places that they need to accelerate their business in a way or another. And the last thing is the access to investment, or actually it's the access to money. So it could be investment, it could be banks, it could be microfinancing, because microfinancing is growing in Egypt and we have a lot of money. Like, because when it comes to creative industries, the women, they don't need much money to grow. It's not like raising millions of dollars, but they can go with fewer amounts of money. So microfinancing is a very good option for them. So those are the 4 main pillars that we work with.
Okay, let's take each pillar or let's speak about it. In terms of programs, let's talk about each program: the fashion program, the food program, and the craft program. إذا فيك تحكي لنا عنهم شوي.
Okay, so basically, كل program من دول it was designed to be a full-fledged experience for women who want to start something or they have started something and they needed to grow. So we teach those women everything, starting from the business modeling, the basic business modeling, how to do your financials, how to do your bookkeeping, how to do your marketing, your digital media, how to deal with people, how to pitch your business. They learn everything, and we try to make it more of an experience than a course or a program. Because, for example, let's say in the fashion project, we take them to factories to see how the process goes, starting from the fabrication, the pattern makings, and then the designing, and then the printing and everything. So they see the full process. We don't teach them how to do a dress. I don't teach her how to like do the item, but I teach her how to do a business out of this. Most probably, if she wants to run a business in something, she knows how the operations of it goes, but she doesn't know how it can be turned into a business. And same for the other accelerators. For example, in the fashion project, we have different partners who already back our programs. And same for the craft. For example, in craft project, we have one of the verticals is about furniture. For example, if I can do furniture and I want to grow this business, we have a partnership with IKEA, so they can go and see the sorting, how my products can fit IKEA, or if it's not fitting IKEA, how IKEA sorts this, how they create the model. So we try to connect those women, our women, with what's happening in the market. We take them to different other places to see. So it's more of an experience than a regular program they attend.
Okay. What are the successes والfailures you see in the program؟ يعني هلا انت لما تقعد وتطلع على programs شو بتقولي لازم تحسني بالprograms for them to become better؟
Okay. The market changed really, really fast. So we have to always cope with the market and with what's happening, because today this is sexy and trending and everyone wants to do it. Tomorrow it's not. So we should be very, very, very agile when it comes to the content, the experiences, everything. For example, let's say Startup X, they did this amazing thing. We have to take the learnings right away. We cannot wait for like a couple of months to interview those people or to have them on board or to speak with them for our women entrepreneurs. So we have to take the learnings fast and build on it. And when it comes to the failures we see, most probably women, they like perfection. They want everything to be perfect in order to like to start or to for example take the next step in their business. But when it comes to what's happening in the market, they should not know. We always say better done than perfect. So we always try to push this ideology to their mind because they want everything to be perfect. And then this is because of the referral I told you about. They want to succeed because they're afraid that people will say that they failed. So they want it to be perfect. So it's the loophole of I want it to be perfect or I want it to be done, and that's it.
Okay. And as an entrepreneur, ما لازم ناخد as you said better done than perfect. Start, get an MVP, talk to your customers, change, and redo the process all over again.
Pivot, it's fine. Yeah.
Microfinancing. What type of investments are you providing or are you connecting the entrepreneurs to?
We don't do microfinancing. We connect them with the people. Yeah. For example, in Egypt, we have a couple of not a couple. We have some good microfinancing options. Like for example, Founder is the most well-known one of them. They give microfinancing for startups. So in most of the cases, the women, they don't know that this exists. So we try to do the linkage. In some other cases, for example, there are those applications. They do it. If you know the concept of الجمعية, for example, this month we're gonna pitch in some money, and then this startup will take it. So we're trying to iterate the model of الجمعية and such stuff, so you can get interest-free money quickly, and it's not gonna be a huge money because in many cases, most of the entrepreneurs, when they try to reach out to VCs, it's like, okay, you want just 100,000, very few, but you can easily get it from a Jamaiya or from any other microfinancing option. So we're trying to shed light on such financing options because it's accessible. It's way more accessible than the other ones.
Okay, that makes sense. We don't see a lot of technology. Like when I was going through Entrepreneurial website, we don't see a lot of focus on technology type startups. It's more food, craft. Why is that?
Okay. We had to take a decision, I believe, in 2018. It's either to cultivate the market or to start over with something new. So we decided that we're going to cultivate the market because already we have a lot, way more startups in the creative or the general businesses than in the tech. And now it's time for us to start working in the tech field, but we had to either wait or start. So we started with those creative industries, but we have different activities for tech startups, but they're not that much. But we're planning to start working with that because already build a system that will support the crafts businesses without our intervention.
Okay.
So for now, it's time for us to work in the tech field.
What plans do you have for that?
We're planning to build an accelerator. We have our module, but we're going to give it more support, and we're trying to reach out to all the tech companies to see how they can support our women entrepreneurs, because in many cases they just need an internship with the management, not an internship with the marketing or with the operations team to see the process. So this is what we're planning. We're trying to start pushing.
Okay. You do a lot of events as Entrepreneurial. She can a lot of different events. How do you put these events together? And احكيني about the events part, like how to build together, how do you convince speakers to come in, like what value is provided?
Okay, so see, when it comes to social entrepreneurship, it has two arms. The first arm is the business arm, how you're going to reach out to an investor, how to say a speaker or whomever is going to speak, the workshops, the panels, the VCs, the sponsors, everything. So it has the typical business model of an events management company, which is also in our registration. And from the other side, you have to make sure that this event is impact driven and you're doing this because of the impact, because you want to do impact. So it's always, we're going to have this money or we're going to do this proper content. So it's always this dilemma, and we try to balance it as much, because we want everything to be perfect, yet we want to benefit the women, yet we have to make money, because by the end of the day, we're a company. We're profitable because, so it's the balance between those. And when it comes to the speakers and people who pitch in, it was more challenging before because we were building the brand. But after 8 years of the event, people already know she can, and they actually come and say, we want to speak, we want to benefit those women. So for now, alhamdulillah, we don't have this challenge. But I believe if someone is starting a thing over, it's very challenging to convince people.
Let's talk about
it's very challenging.
Let's talk about your first event.
Okay.
How did you convince your first speaker?
I got my friends.
Okay.
I got my friends to speak in the event. I have some good entrepreneurs that I know with stories, and the event theme was about the failures. Actually, we've done a lot of editions about the failures. It's like, okay, this event we're going to talk about the dark side of the entrepreneurship that not everyone talks about, that we cry, we sometimes get desperate and we don't know what to do. It's fine, this is normal, because in many cases women feel like they're segregated from the world, they're facing this alone. But when I see another woman who looks successful for me, or I see her as a role model, and she says, no, come on, I cry, it's not easy, you face challenges, you feel like, you're back. I also feel that too. So it's challenging in the beginning, but by time it gets easier.
What trends are you seeing هلا women entrepreneurs? Like, where are women entrepreneurs going for? What type of industries? شو الترندز اللي عم بتشوفيها now in Egypt with women entrepreneurs?
I see big time في الصناعة, manufacturing, because I don't know if you know, but we have some challenges when it comes to the importing in Egypt,
right?
Which is a huge opportunity for local producers and the fashion makers and even the crafts and such industry, because of the challenges, it's an opportunity. So people are forced to see what they're doing, and when they try, they see that they have good products, and manufacturing is going places. So for example, I remember 2 months back we had this initiative with Mall of Egypt. Some of the designers, they sold with numbers that we didn't even expect that they will do it. It was huge.
And I honestly, I'm a lover of Egyptian manufacture. I believe Egypt.
Where are you from?
Lebanon.
Okay.
But I believe Egypt is going to be the manufacture hub of the whole region.
Crossing fingers,
Just like how China is now for the world, Egypt is going to become like that. Egypt has a big population, cheap like
it's
less expensive labor.
It's a huge market for testing. For testing, it's amazing. You'll always find someone for your products.
Yes, I love Egyptian manufacture, honestly. Let's move. You have a love for fashion. Where did that love for fashion come from?
Okay, so I've been doing Entrepreneurial for the past 8 years, and in the last year I found that a lot of startups are working in fashions, especially in the COVID time. I started digging deeper in this market, and then I found, like, no, I like this, I want to do it, I want to take it further beyond Entrepreneurial. So we created another business, a side business from Entrepreneurial, the same School of Fashion Management, where we teach women how to be proper entrepreneurs, but actually not only entrepreneurs to like sell locally, but how to scale up. So we're teaching women, or not only women, we're teaching people in general how to get deeper in the fashion business, the fashion making business. So we do merchandising, we do virtual retail, we're doing retail, we're doing styling, we're doing all the related industries to fashion. So yeah, where it come from, industry, I don't know. It happens.
What are the steps to build a successful fashion brand?
To not be a good designer, because in many cases a lot of fashion business fail because they do have amazing designs, but they don't know how to run a business. So to run a successful fashion business is to run a business. It's not to run a fashion. So if you know how to run a business, no matter what the kind of the business, you will know eventually how to do fashion, because you can get a good designer, but it's so hard and challenging if you don't have a vision, a business vision for this. So it's more about the business side of the thing. And to be a successful fashion entrepreneur, you have to know your markets and you have to know who are you selling for. It's not important that you're doing amazing designs from your perspective. It's always, is the market ready for this? Are you selling the thing that people want? Yes or no? This is the right question, not my designs. Because of course, if I'm designing something, I see the best thing in the world. But as we say in the regular business, don't fall in love with your idea, don't fall in love with your design, because it might you might like it, but not everyone will.
That's true.
And people are not kind, and people will not buy your products because they're your friends, but at the end of the day, they're investing money.
Yes, exactly. A lot of like creative minds, they focus a lot on the creative, on
the creative
design
side, and they forgot the business. Yeah.
So, if I want to come and start a business in the fashion world, is it just clothing? Is it just shoes? Like, what type of business ideas are in the fashion world?
Of course not. We've seen for the past 4 or 5 years an uprise of the fashion industry. Not only that, we have techwear, we have garments. We have a lot of garments and fabricators in Egypt who actually create the garments. We have the manufacturing process itself, the full supply chain of the fashion, the fashion accessories and the jewelry of the fashion. It's a booming industry. And shoes, it's not about the mass production. We have those who create, for example, genuine leather. We have very good quality. It's when for example, we have some of the manufacturers, they create the manufacturing for Gucci, for example, but in Egypt they cannot sell because they don't have the marketing. So it's challenging to spot them, but they're there and they're going somewhere, and we're trying to do our best with them so they can have the proper exposure.
And do you have examples of startups you could mention?
Of course, for example, we have Escafi. They're doing this leather, as I told you. They're doing shoes, and you have Sigma Fit, for example, and we have Selim Alta Moda for the garments, and we have, from my designers, we have everything starting from who are doing gourmet fashion, and that was a new term for me to know about, like the premium fashion. And we have those who create luxury brands, and have those who create mass production. You have examples from everywhere.
Okay. A curious question. What trends in fashion are you seeing? Are you seeing people going for the traditional luxury Egyptian style?
No.
Like, what are you seeing?
We don't have luxury. There's nothing named luxury Egyptian, but we have, we can say heritage things, because we have like the other styles. But trends, trust me, we have everything. We have those who are working on couture. We have those who are working on mass production. When it comes to, they create everything, literally everything. Whenever if you're in Egypt, just call me and I'll take you to our concept stores, and we'll take you to Al Studio. It's the place where we showcase the products. You find everything. Those who are creating cocktail outfits, those who are creating everyday wear. So yeah, everything is there.
Okay.
It's huge. It's beyond a trend.
Wow. Okay. I hope I could visit Egypt one day and you could take me.
Please, whenever. Just text me and I'll take care of the rest.
Would definitely do. Let's say you weren't working on Entrepreneurial or School of Fashion Management. What would you be?
Yeah.
What would you be building?
Entrepreneurial. if I'm gonna do something else, it most probably would be evolving around thing, because when I started the Entrepreneurial, I started this from passion, but after I believe a couple of years, it became a calling. So I believe that God created each and every one of us with a mission, and my mission is to support women entrepreneurs.
Okay.
The methodology might differ. I might be doing something else, but it will be evolving always around supporting women. So it's
Okay.
this.
If you had a VC fund and you were to invest in women entrepreneurs or women, who would you invest in, or what startup would you invest in?
Creative fields. So
Okay.
most probably to be in the creative fields. We have a lot of women entrepreneurs in the creative. They're doing amazing, and I would most probably build two things. The first is a huge warehouse or a fulfillment center where those women just drop their products and we have them distributed and have them in exporting. And the second thing, we always invest. For example, when we at Entrepreneurial invest, because sometimes we do some investments, we do it in the platforms. We don't do it in the startup itself. For example, we invest in a platform that supports those startups. So it's a fulfillment center, it's an e-commerce platform. So yeah, most probably it would be an investment in a funnel to support the more women we can, not a specific brand.
Do you have any message for women entrepreneurs who are hearing us right now? What's your message to them? What's your words
My
to them?
message is stop thinking and start doing, because in many cases they have brilliant, amazing ideas, but it's like, okay, I'm just gonna wait like it's perfect, but no, just start now and things will fall into place. And my not me, Entrepreneurial door are always open for everyone. We don't only work in Egypt, we work across the region. So just text us, I need support in that, in this or that, and we'll try to support as much as we can. We have a lot of resources, not only us, it's not Entrepreneurial Network, it's Entrepreneurial a network of networks. We have access to almost everyone who's working in entrepreneurship in the region. So it's easier for us to lobby for their businesses. If they need support, we'll always be there, but they need to start and they need to like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and then everything will fall in place after.
Okay. Rania, amazing episode. I really love your passion for what you're doing. I love this passion to helping women. I mean, even when I asked you what you would do start next, you went back to Entrepreneurial and starting a community there.
It's a calling. It's a calling. I believe this is why I'm here.
I love this passion, and what I'm making a commitment on the podcast. If you could help me reach out to all the founders that you help at Entrepreneurial and let me interview them, so we could showcase their stories. I would love to do that.
Of course.
How could people
I'll just send you some.
How could people help Entrepreneurial more? Where could people reach out to you, find more about what you're doing, and help?
Okay, there are many ways. So the easiest and the most efficient way is we created in the COVID this Facebook group. Its name is Entrepreneurial Hub. Now this Entrepreneurial Hub network, it has more than 66,000 people who are actually supporting each other beyond Entrepreneurial. For example, let's say you want to support in, for example, tech. So just go in the group and say, come on, guys and girls. And actually, it's not only for women, it's for everyone. I can help 3 startups build their whatsoever. Okay, I'm offering a 10% discount in this thing that will support the women. I'm offering my services in that. And sometimes you can also benefit from them. Okay, come on, women, I need, for example, giveaways for my company. I need this or that. So by contributing to the group, you're contributing to women. And also you can just get inside, and whenever a woman is asking about supporting something, you just, sometimes it's like, you're giving her an information that she can stay for a week working on, but you already have it, so just support. So the Facebook group is the easiest. And if you have something bigger that you can offer to women and you need us to be involved in that, just send us an Instagram, an email, whatsoever. And our doors are open, as I said.
Okay, perfect. Rania, again, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so
for being
much.
on the episode.
Thank you.